Hello everyone, welcome back to more Endwalker, where we are continuing to make our way through Elpis. And I did notice the ether current when I was in between episodes there. It's right here. So that's nice. There's another one. There is one still further to the west, which is the direction we need to go. So there's an aetheryte up there as well. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair. I think I'll know him when I see him. Menion is now accompanying you. Speaking of which, I just happened to notice that that was staying like at the top, and I kept confusing the quest I'm on for that, so I'm like, can I move that somehow? Yes. Ooh. Wait, I've never seen Pegasus versions. Oh. Are these mounts? Can I get them? How? How do I get these? I need these. Never seen Pegasus versions of all of the freaking horses. I say all of the horses, but really the only ones here immediately are these two. And this is just standard like Pegasus, and then standard Pegasus, and then this is the like Ifrit looking one, which is cool. Enbar. Blonde-haired woman. If you're with Metion, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Alright, well, it is a blonde-haired man we're looking for. There is one that's up here. Here's Grylos. I've got to attune to the aetheryte right quick. There's a dark-haired man over there. Assume none of them are who I'm looking for. But at least now we can come here easily. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Doros. His hair is long, but the color is wrong. And there is a blonde-haired man up here. But is it Doros? Doros! That's Doros! Of course it is. Well now, if it isn't Metion, what brings you here? Doros! Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You are in charge of the Lycaons, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Catesis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that Lycaon slaughtered occupants. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. Matters not where they are released. Lycaons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos, a memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pastrot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it's still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creature is a detrimental existence, we unmake it. It is all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to those beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. And if you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Silk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. I hope I'm doing different enough voices. I was watching one of my older series, and I commented, like, in an episode, I'm like, I hope my voices are distinctive enough. And, like, there was no difference between any of them. I'm listening going, you're not even doing voices! I hope that I've gotten better, at least. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And that's kind of what I was thinking was that, and that's a good, like, a better way to word it than what I did. It's not so much that, like, oh, he wants to be sure that, you know, that they're able to live or whatever. It's more that, like, the fact of the matter is that to most of these people, they're just creations. You know, if they make it and it doesn't work, it's garbage. It's to be tossed. You know, which is very similar to how our world treats many things, unfortunately. Needn't be an entelechy to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I hear this discussion may take a while, during which time Metyan, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Kassandra. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Metyan in your care again? I got this. I'm in your debt. If you'll excuse me. Quest accepted. Can you help me with something, Kassandra? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up. With a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most, of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong. better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one. I want you to search with me. I'll start here at the 12 Wonders. Meteion is now accompanying you on the quest. Cool. I like these quests where, like, there's an NPC actually, like, following you. It's really cool, in my opinion. Vibrant purple flowers, bigger than your hand, adorn the tree. Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Here's a slender tree that has no freaking flowers. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Well, let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Is this where something terrible happens to Meteion? I just get this sense that something terrible is going to happen to poor Meteion. And I don't want it, but I just know the way these games go. Something bad is going to happen. An array of beautiful flowers growing in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. I'm touching them! It'd be really funny if, like, you stepped in here and they applied some kind of, like, status effect to you. Not one that's, like, actually dangerous, but one that's like, oh look, see, we warned you. But it only happens after you have, like, heard the warning. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flowers mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conane, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at me. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Kassandra, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. I was gonna say, that looks like a monster. So there's that. I'm stepping in the flowers. But I'm not getting poisoned. So clearly they're not poisonous. Let's check this junction. Maybe we can see something from here. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Over there, Kassandra. Something big. Huge. That's a moorball. Malodorous grass. That is a moorball. A terrible stench, reminiscent of sodden old boots, pervades the air. Without a doubt, the creature is the moorball-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. That thing around its mouth looks like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Kassandra? Would he like it? Definitely not. Probably not the good sort of memory. I'd rather not go near that thing. So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Kassandra, but can we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Definitely not making me feel any better with the fact that we have just passed several very dangerous creatures in the hopes of finding a flower for Meteion to give to Hermes. Not helping my nerves with something horrible is about to happen to Meteion, you know? North and west. There it is. Grips! The grips become griffins later. There's what I'm looking for. 310 to the northeast. So, up this way. Nothing around here. I mean, at least it tells us that there's no more around here, so... Hi! You're not meant to be here. I will say, enemies are really strong now. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Ah, there's nothing. Hmm? It's a shiny thing over there. What could it be? Shiny object. I mean, it's flowers. Oh, it's these flowers. It's the Elpis flower. Oh, Elpis flowers, they're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're Entelecheus. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Yeah, Elpis flower is supposed to help us in some way. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? I've known the pain and sorrow of loss. I felt great fury and frustration. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I dare say I have a few. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you is gone, again and again, but no one notices. Please, Kassandra, won't you lend it to me? Your pain and sorrow? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know he isn't there alone. The others are sad too. Truly, you'll do it? Yeah, I can do that. Prove to him that, you know, we have sorrow as well. Thank you, Kassandra. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Well, at least nothing bad happened to Meteion while we were out. Again, considering how much we were going past dangerous things, I was a little concerned. But so far, the game has not been cruel enough to do something horrible to Meteion. I still am suspecting that that's the whole point, though. Like, we're supposed to build a close attraction to this character, and then have it ripped apart from us. Seems like they're still talking. Let's wait until they finished. That's totally what these kinds of games do. Hi, Hermes.
Hermes!
二人とも待っていてくれたのか。
話し合い終わった？
あ、結論は出した。メーティオンを見ていてくれてありがとう。エメトセルクとヒトロダイエスには中にある客室でそのまま休んでもらうことになった。君にも部屋を用意させてもらう。案内し。
Oops.
待って、案内、私たちが先。
エルピスの花？
お願い。
Ooh. And they changed. Purple.
暗い気持ち、寂しい色、ヘルメスだけじゃない。だから。
Oops.
そうか。君はメーティオンの頼みを聞いてくれたのか。
Oh. Took the mask off.
よければ少し話をさせてもらえないだろうか。
I did not expect. I actually figured he would look like Asahi. You know, the Fendennial body that he was in, but he doesn't. So that's nice. Well, I don't know if it's nice, but it's neat. I mean, it does make sense. He is somebody different from Asahi, but still.
自分は人に定められた生き方を、星のために生きるということを悪いとは思っていない。だがここで働いているとどうしようもない違和感に襲われることがある。
Hmm.
ファダニエルの座についての話を受けたとき、ヒトロダイウスが言っていたことを覚えているか？死とはやり遂げた者が選ぶ選択であり、最後の瞬間はいつも美しいものだと。
Hmm.
だがそれはあくまで人の話だ。作られた生物が星の益にならないと判断された場合、彼
Hedgehog.
らは問答無用で消される。死を与えられる。生まれたばかりで何も成し遂げていなかったとしてもだ。
Hmm.
処分の際は苦しませないようにしているが、死を与えられることを察した生物たちは怯え憤る。その終わりは美しいものなんかじゃない。だがそんな事実を、星を良くするという目的は当然すぎるほどに当然で、誰しも疑うことなくそれを信じ行っている。
Hmm.
自分の前には死にゆく生物たちの瞳には悲しみも絶望も理不尽への怒りも確かにあるのに、この世界はそう知らぬ顔で幸せそうに笑い続けるんだ。エルピスの花はいつだって無垢な白と明るい喜びの色に輝いている。そのことへの違和感が、何か暗いものが日に日に胸の内で膨れ上がっているんだ。 周りにおかしいと叫んでやりたくなる一方で、おかしいのはこんなことを思う自分じゃないかと。だがこの世界で悲しみを知るのは、エルピスの花をこんな色に染めるのは自分。花の傍らで何を思ったのかは聞かない。もしかしたらメーティオンにせがまれて仕方なくやってくれたことかもしれない。それでもありがとう。こうして確かに悲しみがあり、怒りがあり、苦しみがある。
Let's have no more brooding, eh? Oh, I can tell you all about suffering. Let's have no more brooding, eh?
そうだな。自分も君のように強くなりたいものだ。君は天に輝く星の正体を知っているか？
Giant balls of gas. Or plasma, really.
ここ
I
から
guess
じゃ
it's
ち
more
っとそうは
plasma
見えないが、
than...
あの一つ一つがアーテリスと同じ、あるいはさらに大きな大地でできている。
Some of them are planets, you know, some of them are worlds, yeah. But most of them are giant balls of burning plasma, whose light has been traveling for billions of years.
これだけの数だ。自分たちは星のために生きているが、別の価値観を持つ生命もいるだろう。自分は彼らに問いかけたい。彼らがなぜ生きるのかを、命の意味を。だからデュナミスで天を飛ぶ鳥、メーティオンを作ったんだ。
Oh, Medion and her sisters.
実のところ、メーティオンというのはここにいる一人だけじゃない。彼女には大勢の姉妹たちがいて、すでに宇宙へ飛び立っている。意志を持つ生命を探して星から星へと飛んでいるんだ。宇宙の探索は予想外の出来事の連続で、思ったような成果が上げられていない。だがそろそろ次こそは何かしらの結果が報告されそうなんだ。もし君がここに滞在している間に報告が届いたなら、この世。さて、これ以上夜が深くなる前に帰るとしよう。明日揃って寝ぼけた顔をしていてはエメとセルクたちに申し訳が立たない。メーティオン、そろそろ戻ろう。
Oh. What was that? Why did she stop? She sensed something. That was like the perfect screenshot too. I really should have grabbed it at that moment. Verdict and execution. Oh no. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Kassandra. It will help, I hope. Shade will be difficult for him. The prodigal familiar returns, after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. Verdict and execution. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. And get gloves? All too brief interlude. An all too brief interlude, perhaps. But it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaons. 7 were created for observation. And all 7 must be unmade. Oh. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and, as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild. They cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaons have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let's be off then. We return to the main aisle. Oh, man. Yeah, I can definitely see that the theme of, like, this whole expansion is just, like, what is life, you know? At Hippotho's side is a familiar creature. My, what a familiar essence you have, like that of a familiar, if you're familiar with the concept. Oh, just my little joke. Kassandra, was it? I'm a Hippothoe. Meow, meow. Yes, we're getting to that. Kassandra, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Aelorus. The Aelori are one of our newest creations, high attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they'll sound the alarm, by which I mean mew loudly. Though we did our best to observe all of our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus have I taken the Aelorus under my wing, to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. Today we are testing her ability to pinpoint signs of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that her task has begun. She'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you found them. Can't have beasts running amok. Alright. Mew mew. Follow the Aelorus and try not to fall behind. The Aelorus leads the way. Alrighty, let's follow the Aelorus. I do realize that one of the reasons that, like, enemies are really strong this expansion is because it is current content. And usually, game companies go in and lower the difficulty of the previous expansion. At least that's what Blizzard and World of Warcraft always did. They lowered the difficulty of content each time like a new expansion would come out. Mew mew! The Aelorus alerts you to 2 nearby creatures that are facing one another down and looks at you expectantly. So do the dueling creatures. Dueling grips. I meant to do that slightly differently. I did not do it slightly differently. Whoopsies. I hit Control 2, didn't I? Oh well, that's fine. There we go. Meep. Alright. And it looks like we travel back now that we have done that. That said, we do have this island complete in the way of mapping, so that's cool. Back to the 12 Wonders. A lot of people would probably just teleport everywhere. I don't. I don't know, I'm patient. She seemed quite content. But in the name of science, what were the results? We fought a couple of dueling enemies. As I expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too. But it's against protocol, I'm afraid. And the Aelori are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? Thanks, but I just needed the ether current. I don't need anything else. I always do feel bad about, like, doing these quests, and it's like, yes, you got an ether current out of it. Nice! And then the quest is like, by the way, don't forget to continue the quest. And I'm just like, nope. Goodbye. No continuation. I will not see it to its end. I think once I hit level 90, you know, once I've gotten through the MSQ, I will probably sit down. Oh. I see. These guys. I will probably sit down and work on, doing some of the side quest content, so. There are 4. There are supposed to be 7, sir? Doris, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they become frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Kassandra handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. Sure. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Meteion, you ought to stay here with Doris. But, Hermes... The Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. These aren't gonna, like, come to life and then murder Meteion, and then Hermes gets upset. The theme of tension begins to play. Like, he left Meteion behind, but I'm highly concerned about that. Because there's 4 of them there. Supposed to be dead, but you never know. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You'll approach slowly in full view and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fierce as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Where did it go, though? Oh, it's up there now. I see. See where it went. And a little bit of boom. And a little bit of boom. I do love that Red Mage can just cast healing spells practically instantly. Stand in front of the Lycaon and keep its attention. Do I need to stand somewhere specific, or maybe I just need to talk to Hermes? Not quite yet. Stand your ground a little longer. Oh, there it is. I'm like, usually there's a marker where I'm supposed to be standing here. But I don't see one, but I do. Ooh. White Mage.
すまない。すまない。本当に。どうか君の魂が安らかであらんことを。魂の夜べの海が、深き冥界が穏やかであらんことを。君たちのイデアは必ず残す。それがいつかまた形を得るだろう。星を良くしなくたっていいんだ。君の生きたいという願いが、その時こそどうか。恨んだまま許す必要はない。その証に苦しみはここへ置いていくといい。次に生まれる時にはきっと思うがまま大地と空を駆け回ってくれ。
Man.
Hermes、14人委員会に入れ。この場所はお前には向いていない。
自分がここを離れたって誰かが選別を続ければ同じことだ。
Oh.
教えてくれ。星を良くするという名分は今消えた吐息よりも重いのか。やり遂げた者が死ぬというなら、いつか星が最善に至った時にどうする。よくやったと満足して死に絶えるのか。
いい。That.
わからないんだ。アダニエルの座を継げば、今その座にいる彼が星に帰るのを肯定することになる。 が正しいことなのかわからない。こんなことで悩んでしまう自分が人の代表として立っていいのかわからないって。
ヘルメス、怒らないで。責めるはダメ。とても苦しい。
すまない。まだ選べる余地が残っているなら少し頭を冷やして考えさせてほしい。ヒトロダイウス、すまないか。案内は君に任せた。
了解。好きにさせてもらうから心配ないよ。
君もここに来た目的が果たせることを願ってる。
私たちはひとまず12節の園に戻ろうか。この後どうするかそこで相談しよう。
そうだな。
Yeah, I'm getting a sense. I mean, I've had a sense, but I'm getting a sense now that the idea is that Hermes basically decides, like, you know, what is the purpose of life. You know, it's like if the purpose of life is just to die, then therefore should not life just die. And he does something that triggers the final days, which, of course, I mean, it perfectly lines up with, you know, freaking Fendenial. So, and his goal of destroying everything, so the other Lycaons have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and then life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. I did not do the right voice. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? You'll find out, I suppose. You'll find out in the future, I suppose. I mean, clearly I'm not spoiling anything for him, but, he'll find out, right? Oh man, just knowing what's coming, you know, in that, you know, we came from the future, right? Travelers at the crossroads, level 87. Hythlodaeus wishes to discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there is anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Kassandra? Will you continue along with us? Sure. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnorisis. Alright. No new blue quests. Though, there is this area over here and this area over here. So what I'm assuming is that we'll get a blue quest in Poitin Oikos, and then one over here by Misopsis Eros. So, because that would make 4. And then, of course, the MSQ quest to make 5. So, it makes perfect sense. That seems like the correct amount. Alright. I was like, before we leave this area, let me ensure there's no ether currents. But no, this is, freaking the 12 Wonders. And we did, in fact, already confirm there were no more in the 12 Wonders, so. Off we go to another area. I'm going to assume that we're going to head up this way into Kalamelios Zephyros, up towards Poetin Oikos, so. And then Catesis Hyperborea. There's probably another place we'll go. Euronius. The Hungering Gardens. Ooh, that sounds fun. Lethe. Those are all... At least Lethe is a name I actually recognize from Greek mythology, so... From here, we follow the path northwards to Netonius. There we will find one of the Neas, which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. Only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Neas! Oh, now we're going up to that island again. Okay. So there actually isn't, like, a path that leads up there. It's a teleporter. Cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. We'll go up here and use the teleporter. Kumbra Skin Gloves of the Black Griffin. That's not a complex name at all. Ah, this thing. Thought this thing looked interesting. Kind of like an etherite. Here we are. Netonius. Neas will take us to Kalamelios Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way, we can soon admire the view from above. Whee! And up we go. Boom!
さて、ここが第2の区画、ゼピュロスの喝采だよ。
Kalamelios Zephyros。
この区画にはいくつかの保管、実験施設と観測拠点であるポイエテンオイコスがあったはずだ。
ポイエテンオイコス。
その辺りを巡ってヘルメスの仕事ぶりを。おや？
スプリゲン！
オレイアスじゃないか。かわいいね。
スネレイアス。
おい、また何か来たぞ。
ああ、あれは新種のサメだね。先日メディアを登録したばかりのものだ。サメは海洋生物の中でも人気が高い。亜種を作ろうと挑むものが絶えなくてさ。最初はもちろん順当な考え方をされていたよ。大きさの違いだとか、異なる海域への適性を持つとかね。けれどそれにとどまらず、挑戦者たちは空飛ぶサメを作り、賢いサメを作った。頭の数を増やし、今回のあれは手足ときた。わお、すごい。まるで無意味だ。他にやるべきことを探すようにって言いたいくらいだけど、最終的には執念を買って承認ってことに。
おお！ Who dat? Oh, no way.
怪我はありませんでしたか？
It's Heidelin.
あら、あなたたち。
It's Heidelin.
ベーネス様。ま
Venet.
さかこんなところで会えるなんて。
Venet, yes, Venet. Before she became Heidelin. That's right. They mentioned that, didn't they? Or did they only call her Azum? I don't remember. Venet, though. It's freaking Heidelin.
この前、過去に14人委員会に属した者はほとんどが退任とともに星に帰っていると言っただろう。彼女はそのほとんどに含まれない稀有な例だ。かつて座にあり、それを譲った後もこうして活動している。ベーネス、前代のアゼムを
He
務
is
め
the
た人物
previous Azum. Oh, I see.
お久しぶりですね。会えて嬉しいわ。ヒトロダイウス。
Oh boy.
東大のエメトセルクも。でもあなた、また眉間のシワが深くなったのではありませんか？まだ若いのに。あまり顔をしかめてばかりではいけませんよ。
あなたの後任が随分大変とてもやんちゃなもので。
あの子は元気？
相変わらずですよ。この前なんて噴火間近の火山に突撃したりして。お聞きになります？
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about right. So the current Azum is supposed to be like us, right? So like this is great. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption. That sounds like what freaking Kassandra would do.
それから、
That's great.
そちらのあなたは
That's great. I love that. I love everything about that. Heidelin.
もしや今よりも先の時間、
Oh,
つまりは未来から来たのではありませんか？
she knows.
あなたに私の紡いだ魔法がかけられているのを感じます。けれど、そんなことをした覚えはない。
She senses the power of Heidelin, which she has yet to
とな
become.
れば、かけたのは今より先の私ではないかと。
Well, there we go. Now everybody
ち
knows.
なみにどんな魔法なんですか？
旅人のための守りです。あらゆる状況でエーテルの変質を防ぎます。
Prevents the corruption of our ether. Sounds rather like the blessing of light. To protect you from the enthrallments of primals by any chance.
万神が何を指すのかは分かりませんが、エーテルのバランスを乱して精神干渉をするような技は確かにその魔法で防げます。
Nice.
心当たりがあるようですね。
だからといって未来から来たなどといくらなんでもありえない。
Sorry, Emmett, but it's the truth. You can't talk about it, but
未来のことを、あなたのことを話してはいけない。
君が帰ってくるここはあくまで終末が起きたという歴史をたどった世界。過去で何をしたところで悲劇をなかったことにはできない。
I can't talk about it.
そう。あなたが戻る未来は変わらないけれど、私たちが別の歴史を歩む可能性があると。いいですね、それ。まだ誰も検証していない領域に挑むの。私は好きですよ。
I'm so happy to see Bennett. Oh my gosh, this is so
どんな
great.
事実を知っていたとて、未来は訪れる瞬間までわからないものです。心配していただくことでもないかと。何よりわざわざここを訪れたのには相応の大事な理由があるのでしょ。よければ話してみてはもらえませんか。力になれることがあるかもしれません。
まったく、それが本当ならこんな事情を隠していたものだな。
Yeah, sorry about that, Emmett, but I mean, can you blame us?
私も14人委員会としてしっかり聞かせてもらうぞ。お前が何者でどうしてここへ来たのかを。
Oh boy.
Whoops.
It's like, but I shouldn't, like, I can't.
ひとまず落ち着ける場所に移動しましょうか。
Calm conversation. Calm conversation is not what you're going to have if you find out about the future. Let me tell you.
で働く古い知人からの依頼を受けて、数日前からここに滞在しています。この先のポイエテンオイコスに館を借りているので、そこへ向かいましょう。
Calm is definitely not what you're going to have. That's for sure.
大丈夫。この出会いはきっと間違いじゃないわ。
If only I could talk to Heidelin and be like, "Hey, Heidelin, what do you know?" Because we've met, right?
わかりやすい目印をつけて、過去の自分の近くに向かわせたりしません。わかりますよ。他でもなく私の考えですもの。
Well, let's see. Several thousand years from now, a lot of bad things are gonna happen. Let's put it that way. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept-engraved crystal and the quicken-fingered Aureus which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? Think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land of the west here. To the west of here. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poitin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Oh boy. Freaking Heidelin. North and east, so this way. I do get my east and west mixed up a lot. but I'm fairly certain this is east. So, oh, that's a Minotaur. Elpis Minotaur. Really? It just is straight up called a Minotaur. How about that? Afraid it would have a different... Oh, there it is. I passed it. Ether current. It wants me to go over here. I'm wondering if I should just run to Poitin Oikos, though, and get the Aetheryte, since we're at the end of the episode. And I do not have time to record further tonight, unfortunately. I mean, I'm at least glad that we got that far. Got to actually see Venat, however it's said. I wouldn't know. I have it in Japanese, and her name is so, like, simple that I don't know that I would notice it in the middle of any of the other, you know, dialogue. So, at some point, I'll sit down and watch the cutscenes in English so that I can get the names correct. But I can't guarantee that will be anytime soon. Especially since that probably gave me a whole new, like, section. Like, that's probably the start of, like, a new section. And I have to, like, complete this whole, like, quest line before it'll unlock in the book. So, that said, I will stop for just a moment to look around. You know, as we're winding the episode down. So, the ether current is to the east. So, I'll start by heading that way. As I say, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe. You can check the playlist for more episodes. I'm betting it's up there. Haven't seen it yet, but I'm very close to it. So I'm betting it's up here. But yeah, check the playlist for any episodes that you might have missed. You can also check the video description. There will be links to Discord and Patreon, both. You can come on out, hang out with us, chat, and help support the channel further. It looks like this area up here is also disconnected. I mean, there is obviously this, the Naeus or whatever they called it. So this might be how, like, we get up here. We go from northerly Zephyrnius to southerly Borenius. So that is my assumption. I have no idea, of course, because I haven't played in this area. This is all brand new to me. So I had a suspicion that we must meet Hydaelyn. Just because they did do a big, you know, update with her model and everything. You know, they gave us like a humanoid form model for her. So I was like, as soon as we came back to the past and I was like, Emmett Selk and Hythlodeus, I was like, I wonder if we're going to meet Hydaelyn in that case, because that would make sense for why they would suddenly give her, you know, a humanoid model instead of the crystal that we have always seen. Heck, we haven't even seen the crystal version of her since freaking Realm Reborn. I mean, no, well, we did see her in Heavensward a bit, but I think that was the last time we saw her, was back in Heavensward, so we haven't seen her since then in crystal form. So I wonder if some of that is the fact that they were planning to, you know, do this big update and with the story. And so, like, I wonder if some of it is that, like, the idea that she's not a crystal came about in, like, Stormblood or something. You know, the whole idea of her being a primal and all that probably came about then. So, somewhere in Stormblood's development, I assume, anyway. So, but yeah. I guess with that, I will see you all next time. See you later.